So by now you have all heard that President Donald J. Trump had dinner with white nationalist Nick Fuentes and Kanye over the weekend. Now we know about Kanye, but you may not know a whole lot about Nick. Watch this.
When it comes to the Jews, here's the silver lining. It tends to go from 0 to 60. Like, they're not wrong about that. But there's a reason for that. And the reason is them, okay? When it comes to the Jews, every society where shit has gone down with these people, it always goes from 0 to 60. The Jews had better start being nice to people like us, because what comes out of this is going to be a lot uglier and a lot worse for them than anything that's being said on this show or has been said on this show.
And how about this?
9 in 10 blacks vote for Democrats. Why do they do that? God only knows. Why do they play the knockout game? Why do they punch white people in the street for no reason? Why do they rob 5 7-Elevens in 30 minutes? Why do they walk around with their pants around their ankles? I don't know. I'm not black, so it's not my experience. It's unexplainable, but this is what they do. Okay, this is how they are. It is what it is. Why would we create these opportunity zones and a platinum plan and just send the military in? Do what must be done. Send the military into these black neighborhoods, make the streets safe. They'll complain about it. It doesn't matter.
This dude right here is a pure, unadulterated racist. He's anti-black and he's anti-Semitic, and he really is scum, literally. And the language that he uses is utterly disgusting, to say the least. His call to bring the military, particularly to bring the military into the black community, is very much eerily reminiscent of what happened in 1985 with the MOVE bombing. Take a look at this.
1985, the Philadelphia Police Department attempted to serve a warrant for members of the black liberation group MOVE. The group denied police entry into their home. After an armed standoff and gunfight, police dropped bombs on the building, which destroyed over 60 homes, killed 11 people, including children, and left 250 homeless. No one in the government was ever charged.
Now, this happened in 1985, not 1885, not 1785, but 1985. On terms of the historic continuum, that is certainly not that long ago. And you got this fool, Nick, calling on the military to come into black communities and drop bombs. This also reminds me of what happened during the Tulsa riots as well. This man is a straight up fool. Let's put up this headline. Tulsa race massacre 100 years later, why it happened and why it's still relevant. The city's Black Wall Street was among the most prosperous neighborhood in America and a black utopia. And then it was burned to the ground. And so while the media has been up in arms over Kyrie Irving as of late, it is people like Nick Fuentes that they need to be up in arms about. He is the true racist, anti-black, and anti-Semitic, all giddy about race war, mayhem, and foolishness. It is enough to make your blood boil. If your blood is not boiling, you don't have a pulse. Jessica.
Yeah, if you're wondering how a 24-year-old got a platform talking about politics as a college dropout, his credentials are attending the Charlottesville rally and speaking at Donald Trump Jr.'s events. That's really, he's willing to deny the Holocaust. He's willing to preach white supremacy. He doesn't have to have any sort of merit or anything of substance to share other than spewing racism. Like, this is really what this guy stands for. He just has a platform because he's willing to do the bidding of the far right. The only motivation he has is to build a white nationalist state. It's disgusting that someone like this can have a career in American politics and there are people willing to pay him to share his thoughts and views. And the fact that he's hanging out with Kanye West, someone who used to say, George Bush doesn't care about black people and be an outspoken advocate, is really sad. But Donald Trump having him at a dinner and pretending he doesn't know who he is really ridiculous, because Donald Trump does know who he is, but he does the thing where he's like laughing during his show. He was laughing when he was like, oh, Donald Trump said he doesn't know who I am. He's so uncomfortable with what he's saying that he laughs through it. And it's almost like Tucker Carlson. And it's like psychotic and scary to watch him laugh through his commentary.
Yeah, he's a straight up fool. I mean, he is a menace to society. So for all the people who tried to cancel Kyrie, let's see what happens with this dude. Let's see if it's gonna be the same kind of outcry and outrage that was directed at Kyrie Irving. Is it going to be directed at Nick Fuentes? I'm waiting for that. I wanna see that. And so these are the kinds of folks that President Donald J. Trump is ready, willing, and able to surround himself around. And 2024 is on the way. We know that he's already declared his candidacy. He is running for president. And for anybody who thinks that Mr. Trump is going to fade away, you need to wake the hell up. And I mean right away, wake up very quickly, because this man is not going anywhere. And we've said it here on Unbossed. You can mark it, underline it, exclamation point, underscore it, message in a bottle, smoke signals, whatever you gotta do. Know that we said it here first. He is not going away, and he is even more dangerous than ever. So the GOP won't say anything about what this man is doing, what he is saying, who he is aligning himself with. You know why they're not gonna say anything? Because all they care about are the votes, and they need those MAGA voters. They don't want to piss off the MAGA voters, so they're not gonna say a daggone thing about what Trump is doing and what he is saying and what he is aligning who he is aligning himself with.